Hi friends, I hope you guys got your kit that you purchased. We are going to be making a printmaking technique using all the tools in your kit. So if you want to open it up and spread everything out, I will show you what you need to know to get started and have fun with it. So you should have 4 little squares in there. These are made of styrofoam, so they're a little bit squishy, a little bit soft, but they are going to be a very important tool because when we draw into them, we are going to make a little impression that's what we're going to make our print off of. So if you can see, I've done some flowers. You can make every one different. You could draw whatever you want. You could do lines, shapes, designs. You could make a picture, you could draw a person, whatever you want to do with all 4 of yours. I'm going to finish off with one more flower. So you do have a toothpick in there. A toothpick will work to draw with, but you know what I find is really easy is a pen. So if you can find a pen and you start to draw, and if you want to practice on a piece of paper first what you want to draw, that is a great idea. But once you have kind of drawn your image and you know what you're gonna do, grab that pen and start to make that design. So I drew another flower. So now I want you to retrace your lines to make sure that they are super deep. So sometimes I grab a different color pen so that I know where I've gone over and where I haven't. But if you don't want to do that, you definitely don't have to. But go and just trace the lines you've already created just to make sure they're an extra set of really deep set. And I'm just tracing along. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with when you draw. Okay, so I've retraced them. Now I have my 4 prints and I'm ready to print. You are going to have 2 pieces of paper. You can grab your first one, and it's up to you if you want it to go horizontal, tall like a building, however your design wants to be. Maybe all 4 of yours are different pictures and it doesn't matter how you place them. Maybe you want to tell a story with them. So think about that as you lay out your picture. So I'm going to do my first one. And the nice thing about these is you can repaint as many times as you want. So I'm gonna paint this one yellow, and I think it's just easiest to do one color for each print because the paint can dry super fast and you wanna make sure you get it all covered. But it's up to you. If you wanna do different colors, you can experiment, okay? So now I have a nice thin coat of paint. You definitely don't want it too thick. And I'm gonna kind of put it tall like a building, I think. And I'm gonna place it right here. I'm gonna give it a big, strong push. So I give it some pushes, some massages, and then I'm gonna lift it up, almost like a stamp. And you never know how it's gonna exactly turn out. So that one's pretty good. I probably could have pressed a little harder right here, but that's okay. I kind of like the way that it looks just like this. So next, I'm gonna get my second one and I'm gonna rinse off my brush. And I'm gonna paint this one, I think I'm gonna paint this one purple. So I'm gonna paint nice and purple right over all my lines, covering up all that green. And again, definitely don't wanna make it too thick. Okay, I've got it covered. And I'm gonna stick it, I think, right next to that purple because that's really gonna pop because you know yellow and purple are complementary colors, which means they just pay a nice compliment to each other. They pop when they're next to each other. So I push, 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 and then I pick it up. Ooh, that one's pretty cool. And I've got my other flower design. Awesome. All right, now I'm gonna go for this one. And again, you can arrange these however you want. The really cool thing about these is you can wash these off and keep printing and printing and printing. So I recommend doing that because then maybe you'll come up with a pattern or a design you really like. These would be really cute to cut out and make like little cards to send to people. because I know that all my kids have been enjoying getting surprises in the mail from friends. That would be super cool, or grandparents or aunts. Okay, so it took the ink off, or the paint. Now look at that one. That one's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, I've got room for one more. So, I'm gonna clean off my brush again so it's nice and clean. And I think I'll do this one in blue, even though we don't see a ton of blue flowers out in the world. We're just gonna make it nice and colorful. So in your kit, you'll have everything you need. You'll have paint, styrofoam, your paper. The only thing you might need is, like I said, a pen at home. Now, if you get a little too much paint, like I get in that area, I'm just gonna kind of use my brush to, because you just don't want a ton of paint, just a nice thin coat. Okay, now I'm gonna put it right where I have room. Push, 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 push. And I pull it off. And I have my finished printmaking design. Isn't that so cool? And like I said, you could leave it just like this. You could cut them up into 4 squares. You can rewash them, make different colors out of them, and just keep printing and printing and printing. It's super fun. I can't wait to see all your designs. And thanks for buying our kit and supporting our studio. I love you guys.